As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Welcome to Caleb Leo TV. My name is Caleb Leo. The future we seek is forged by the things we see and the things we hear. At Caleb Leo TV, we are creating transforming content that will help you to understand, develop, and renew your mind. Caleb Leo TV, beyond imagination. See you next. Hello, welcome to The Awakening. My name is Caleb Leo. I want to sincerely apologize for the past couple of weeks, 3 to 4 weeks now. We've not had any video on Caleb Leo TV from The Awakening. We had few technical issues we had to sort out, but we are back now and ready to go. Today, we're going to be discussing self-discovery for social survival. Self-discovery for social survival. Now, I believe during this period, we need to discover ourselves, understand who we are, for us to be able to survive in times like this. We need to know who you are fully, understand where you are from and what you're supposed to do. So, during this period, today we'll start from understanding the three types of people, and then subsequently, we're going to answer life challenging questions of who am I, what do I want, how can I get there, and life guiding principles. So let's start from three kinds of people. In my book, My BS and I identified three kinds of people which we have generally, and they are people that are pessimistic, people that are realistic, and people that are optimistic. Of course, there are those who are in between the line, and most times, uh, who we are is dependent on the challenge that is before us. So the challenge, the situation we are faced, a whole lot of time determines the kind of person or the way we react. Well, we usually would react in any of these three ways. Other times, our reaction is based on our past experiences we've had, um, trying to attempt the same thing, or life trying to crumble us and make us feel like we're nothing. So let's start from those that are pessimistic. I call them people that are conventional. They have issues with change. People that are pessimistic, really, not that they don't like change, but because of experience, they have issue with change and they want to fight change. They want to remain just the way they are. They don't want to try out new things, and they are pessimistic in their approach. A lot of time, most people are pessimistic because of the experience they've had before, and they wouldn't want to try something new, and that is a big challenge because they are cut off from the rest of the world. So being pessimistic is not perfect for you. There are a few times when you need to be pessimistic, actually when you need to be sure you are trying to get things right. It's not everything new that you follow, but of course a lot of time change will always come. So even if when what is happening that is new is not the right thing to do, take a look at it and try to be positive around it, and instead of following that trend, create a new trend. And then those that are realistic, they live for today. I call them contemporary men. They live for the present day. They don't really have issue with change, but they're not ready to be change agents. They rather prefer to enjoy the dividends of change and enjoy the times. They are like those who sit on the fence. They are not against and they are not for. There are most people in life, they are never against and they are never for. They are always sitting on the fence. They just stay in between. When you stay in between, that way you miss out on the best things of life. It's either you are against or you are for. Being in between is like being lukewarm, and even the Bible says if you're lukewarm, God said I will spill you out. Being lukewarm is never a good place to be at. You should pick a stand, take a stand. Well, there are certain times when you don't need to take a stand in life. There are certain things you just need to be indifferent and take your eye off, mostly when the battle does not concern you, when it has to do with you. There are times like that you should. So we need to read in between the line and know when and what to do. Just like the children of Issachar, the Bible says that they understood the times and the season and what Israel ought to do per time. When you understand the times and the season, you know what you ought to do. And because you know what you ought to do, you won't be on the wrong path. You will be on the right with the right thing at the right time. And then the third kind of people are those that are optimistic. They are always excited for change. They want to try out new things. They want to be change agents. They want to move the world forward. I think of these guys as those are innovative. There are those who are always optimistic about everything. Well, if you're always optimistic about everything, sometimes you'll be heartbroken because everything doesn't work. Everything, most times, lots of things fail. Everything is probability. Like you're gambling, you know, you want to cross the road, it's a gamble. A car can come up from nowhere and hit you, no matter how careful you are. Someone that is drunk, I mean, but the chances are less if you're very careful. So, if you're going to be optimistic, you need to be careful and choose rightly when to be optimistic, when to move. There are lots of stories in history when people have moved to a theme they think is the right place to move to, and then they end up finding out that they went to the wrong place. If they had been where they are a bit longer, they would have had more in life. So, in discovering who you are, you must understand how you react in certain situations. Are you optimistic? Are you realistic in certain situations? Or are you pessimistic? Do you always see negative things? Are you just indifferent? Or are you always positive about everything? I would say I'm always positive about a whole lot of things. Lots of stuff. Most times I'm indifferent. But in a lot of stuff, I'm always positive and I try to see a way around it. Well, you find out for yourself who you are, the parts you can align yourself with, and then next week we're going to try to define who you are, and then the upper week we'll look at what you want and then how you can get there, and life basic principles. In the meantime, you can follow me at PST Caleb Leo and do it to subscribe at Caleb Leo TV, or you can listen to my podcast at Caleb Leo Podcast on any of your favorite podcast channels. For now, goodbye.